Ah, it's been a while. Long while. I've got a lot of explaining to do. uh, anyway, so haven't streamed in a while. Been busy. Um, been really busy. Working. And then, the vehicle's axle shaft decided to break down, so I gotta get new bearings and new seal for it and all that stuff. So, and to be completely honest, I didn't really want to have to do this. I didn't want to have to explain what the hell's going on, because I really don't. I just it's just another stupid, pointless war. But, I got a responsibility to, let the public know what's going on. I wanted to give it a few weeks rather, to, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. And, well, to be frank, neither side here is really innocent. And I'm going to show that on stream. So, I know the truth. CNN asked Russians what they think about Putin's war. I mean, it's obvious. Neither side wants this. Ukraine doesn't want this. The Russian people, they don't want this either. This is more like, a military operation kind of thing. So, why would Russia invade Ukraine? Well, this is where I want to start with. This is probably not what you think.
Why would Russia want to invade Ukraine? My take is not what you think. This is the Northern Crimean Channel, which runs from the Dnipro River all the way to the eastern point of Crimea. Completed in the 1970s, it provides about 86% of the fresh water to the peninsula. But following the Russian annexation of the Crimean Peninsula in 2014, Ukraine turned off the flow of water by constructing a dam. This effectively killed agriculture in Crimea, as the cultivation area shrank by 90% in just 2 years. Additionally, this resulted in severe water shortages, with water only being available for a few hours a day. While Russia invested billions into Crimea, this will not fix the water issues. Recent groundwater projects are starting to run dry. Russia repeatedly applied pressure on Ukraine to reopen the Northern Crimean Channel, and even threatened to use military force in 2017 if Ukraine doesn't comply. Letting the Crimean population of 2.5 million people go thirsty is not an option. This conflict is not about gas, but water. Why would Russia want to invade?
Yeah. There it is. Cut and dry. Everybody's supporting Ukraine. I'm not supporting the Russian front at all. Like, what Putin has done, this could all be done diplomatically, and the Ukrainian people are are the victims here. Okay, this is a government thing. This is between two governments, and every time there's a war, civilians are always caught in a crossfire. I don't care what it is. Every single time. So, because of this, Russia is looking for justification. If you watch Russia Today, the RT news channel, you'll see a lot of simping for the Russian front. Saying, "Oh, well, we're trying to expose all the anti-Russian truth and all that, and it's this is all this and all that." Yeah, Russia is not in any position. They're not in any position of justification here. This is, I mean, if they wanted Crimea, they could have had Crimea. It's completely annexed. What do you think we did with Alaska and Hawaii? We certainly didn't ask them to join the United States, but you know that's what happened. That's what annexation means. You are now part of us, even if you don't want to be. And Ukraine is relying extremely heavily on NATO support, and they ain't getting it. Now the whole world can sit there and bawl its eyes out and say, "Hey, you know, this is so wrong. We're gonna ban your games. We're gonna ban exports. We're gonna ban imports. We're gonna ban this. We're gonna sanction this. We're gonna ban this. And you're not getting a soccer game. You're not getting a Formula One race. You ain't getting shit." Who do you think that hurts? Do you think honestly Putin gives a fuck? Do you think he gives a fuck? You can sanction his ass all day. All day. He doesn't care. If he did care, he wouldn't be doing this. But we're talking clear back in 2017. Guess who the fuck was president back in 2017? No. Let me clarify for you. Who the fuck was president back in 2017? Steve, you know who the president was back in 2017? Oh, but Trump would prevent all this. Trump would do all... No, he wouldn't have. Trump is actively promoting this. Hell, I'm afraid to even show it on fucking stream. That's pretty fucking bad when you can't show quotes from a former president. The orange one. Yeah, exactly. So this shit's been going on well into Trump's reign of power. And here we are. It just finally came to a head because now Biden's in office. Biden has no teeth because he doesn't have any teeth. The most that we can do is sanction. Can we sit there and bring in American troops into Ukraine? No, because they're not part of NATO. They want to be a part of NATO, but they're not part of NATO. Putin's threatening nuclear retaliation. Well, that's not going to happen. One, he doesn't have the balls to. Two, he understands that might be beyond fucked up. Because that does nothing. That will solve nothing. He nukes all the countries off the face of the earth, then what? Then what? Economically, he's already fucked over, so... This is it. Nobody respects him anymore, not even his own top advisors, which sit 60 feet away. I wonder... Here we go. There's his top advisors. They are. Now, of course, he'll chalk it up to being, the whole the pandemic thing. So, I mean, seriously. Ukraine crisis. Putin says he does not want war in Europe. Of course he doesn't want war in Europe. Now, what happens if a NATO country gets that close to the Russian border? Oh, look at this. There you go. Never in my life have I seen two guys want to suck each other off so fucking bad. Look at them. Look at them fuck me eyes. Jesus fucking Christ. And the fucking smile. He knows he can work this motherfucker over. And he did. Dr. Evil buttons on Putin's side of his desk. France sees his yacht linked to Vladimir Putin's best buddy Igor Sishin. Yeah, they're seizing yachts now. Millionaire yachts. And oh, God. This is just a mess. Putin's the one responsible, yet everybody else experiences the fallout. Everybody else. Russia doesn't get a soccer game. They don't get a Formula One race. Or was it a Grand Prix? They don't get it. Nope. That's gone. This is gone. That's gone. Oh, you're not hosting the Olympics anymore. Oh, that's done. Who the fuck do you think that hurts? That hurts the Russian people. What are the Russian people going to do? Putin, please do something other than invading Ukraine. Another thing, why would... I want to see if I can find something. Troops. Russian troops. Ukraine map. There you go. Belarus. Look at this. They're like right the fuck here at the border. Oh my God, this far south. Look at this. I thought the problem was they were trying to get water for Crimea. So why attack Kiev? Why? What is the strategy there? Why did thousands of civilians have to die for Ukraine's fuck up of the water supply to Crimea, which would be an easy solution? All that was just a leveraging act, which backfired spectacularly. Like I said, nobody's in the right here. And what happened was shit was going down, and then Ukraine's like, hey, I want to be part of NATO. We cut off a water supply, which, you know, depraved indifference. It's quite literally a thing, you know, depraved indifference. Depraved heart murder. In United States law, depraved heart murder, also known as depraved indifference murder, is a type of murder when an individual acts with depraved indifference to human life and where such acts results in death despite the individual not explicitly intending to kill. I don't know. Seems to me like cutting off somebody's water supply is kind of fucked up. They don't want to just get the water. They want to annex Ukraine, I thought. The entirety of Ukraine. And see, in Putin's mind, he's thinking Ukraine is still part of Russia. The only reason he wants Russia, or he wants Ukraine still part of Russia, is it's a major trade route. Okay, the only access to Russia on the eastern side is through Ukraine. And they know as soon as Ukraine becomes part of NATO, that's when NATO interference happens and Russia doesn't get the supplies that they need. So it affects more than just, well, Putin, but, you know, the Russian people. Like, however you look at it, the Russian people are the victims here. They're either going to forced to take part in this pointless war, or when they protest against it, they're going to be thrown in jail. Just like any other war. Why does Putin want Ukraine back? Fact-checking Putin's claims that Ukraine and Russia are one people. What does Russia want from Ukraine? How the crisis developed. Why does Russia want Ukraine and Crimea? Contains upsetting scenes. By air, land, and sea, Russia has launched an attack on Ukraine, a European democracy of 44 million people. Its forces are bombing city centers and closing in on the capital, Kiev, prompting mass exodus of refugees. This was a while ago. Well, okay, 3 days ago. I thought he already invaded Kiev. That was back, what, the 22nd? For months, President Vladimir Putin to invade his neighbor, but then he tore up a peace deal and unleashed what Germany calls Putin's war, pouring forces in Ukraine's north, east, and south. See, and they were already planned it. They already knew that the Russian forces are going to be right there at the border, and there ain't anybody around. I mean, if Ukraine was part of NATO, there would be an Iron Curtain that would make the old Iron Curtain blush. To where Putin has two options when his Russian troops give him a call and say, hey, we can't get through this. Either they retreat, or Putin orders a retreat, or Putin orders an invasion. Now, if he orders an invasion against Ukraine, Kiev wouldn't have gotten invaded. That's a fact. This is everybody dragging their feet, knowing that shit's gonna go down. Sanction them, then they can't do anything. Looks to me like they still did. So, got me drinking tonight. That's just tea. Don't worry about it. As the number of dead climbs, Russia's leader stands accused of shattering peace in Europe. What happens next could jeopardize the continent's entire security structure. Why have the Russian troops attacked? Oh, here we go. In pre-dawn TV address on 24th of February, President Putin declared Russia could not feel safe to develop and exist, but he claimed it was a constant threat from modern Ukraine. It's not Ukraine that's the enemy. It's NATO. He's worried about NATO invading because, well, it's fucking NATO. NATO exists to fight against the Russian front anyway. Look, we've already covered this way back when John F. Kennedy was still alive. John F. Kennedy prevented nuclear war. And how did he manage that? By selling out our nuclear weapons that were in Turkey. That's it. We had nuclear arms sitting right there, right next to the Russian border. And the Soviets had nuclear arms in Cuba. Basically, Russia's sitting there saying, hey, how does it feel? How does it feel to have nuclear arms pointed right at you? Oh, well, those nukes in Turkey are obsolete anyway. I mean, it's not like, we're not going to put in new missiles. Of course not. That would only make too much sense. So we'll go ahead and pull those missiles back, and you pull your missiles out of Cuba, and we'll both be happy. Good? Good? Okay. Okay. Mind you, that was back when Russia was USSR. So, it's not like we haven't bombed other countries while this shit's going on. I'm sure Russia's bombing other countries as well, but, this is what we're mainly focused on. We're not going to focus on Syria or any of those other third world countries that we bombed to oblivion. Immediately, airports and military headquarters were attacked. Then tanks and troops rolled in from Russia. Russian annexed Crimea. Yeah, Russian annexed Crimea and its ally Belarus. Okay, let's put it this way. If you didn't want Crimea to be an ally of Russia, maybe, just maybe, if you opened up the dam right there, the aqueduct, if you just open that up, yeah, I think Crimea would have been like, oh, well, thank you. You could have easily had the Crimean people on your side if all you did was just say, hey, we're going to be a little bit more ethical than Russia. Russia wants to invade us. Well, Crimea's like sitting there thinking, hey, you know what? This is a great opportunity here. You're going to fucking let our people die. And that's that. Good old depraved indifference. Now warplanes have bombed major cities, and Russian forces have seized control of the key southern port of Kherson. Yep. That is a major port right there. Leads up the river, and there's quite literally a river that leads right up to Kiev, which have already had naval units invade Kiev. Amphibious assault. In this day and age, with the Navy and the Marine Corps, and naval ships in the Black Sea, right here is Kherson. I mean, if you put Navy and Marines right here, there ain't no fucking way they'd be able to make their way up the river. There's no way Russian troops be able to make it up there. But no, we let it happen. We sit there and watch this as it happens because Ukraine's not part of NATO. How much of Ukraine does Russia control? Oh my God. I mean, look at this. Area under Russian control. Russia annexed Crimea in 2014. Russia refuses terms use the terms war or even invasion. Many of his leaders' justifications were false or irrational. He claimed his goal was to protect people subjugated to bullying, genocide, and aim for the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine. There has been no genocide in Ukraine. It is a vibrant democracy led by a president who is Jewish. Oh boy, here we go with the identity politics. How could I be a Nazi? Said Volodymyr Zelensky, who likened Russia's onslaught to Nazi Germany's invasion of World War II. Ukraine's chief rabbi in the Auschwitz Memorial also rejected this Russia's slur. Oh, I don't know. Open up the aqueduct to Crimea and, you know, but you close that off, letting, what, 2.5 million people like 2.5 million people will suffer and potentially die from dehydration and lack of food from local farms. I mean, it was an easy solution. It was such an easy solution. It was so fucking easy that the Russians even did it.
This is the demolition of a Ukrainian dam on the North Crimean Canal by Russian invaders. Constructed in 2014 and following the Russian invasion and annexation of Crimea, this dam was built to block the flow of water to Crimea. 80% of the fresh water supply to the...
So, directly, because Crimea was annexed by Russia, Ukraine's like, nope, you're not getting water. This is exactly what the Americans did to the Cubans. I'm not justifying this. I'm just saying the attack on Ukraine was 100% preventable. 100% preventable. Diplomatically, politically, whatever. 100% preventable. Nobody here is on the right side. And the rest of the world, all they can do is sit there and drag their feet. That's it. That's all you're going to get from a global perspective. Or they're just going to, pull out events and say, yeah, you're not hosting these events this year. Or even bands like Green Day. Green Day was going to be there. Nope, they pulled out. There was a lot of events that were going to happen in Russia, and the Russian people are going to be the one to suffer. Thanks, Putin. This is a Trump move. This is what Trump wanted. This is something that Trump himself wanted to do to other nations. Just invade, we get sanctioned, the American people suffer. Russia invades, the Russian people suffer, as well as the Ukrainians. President Putin has frequently accused Ukraine of being taken over by extremists ever since pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych was ousted in 2014 after months of protesting against his rule. Russia then retaliated by seizing the southern region of Crimea and triggering a rebellion in the east, backing separatists who have fought Ukrainian forces in a war has claimed 14,000 lives. I have a lot of 14s around here. In late 2021, Russia began deploying big numbers of troops close to Ukraine's borders, while repeatedly denying it was going to attack. Then Mr. Putin scrapped a 2015 peace deal for the East and recognized areas under rebel control as independent. Oh, that was easy. And basically, anybody that wants to ally with Russia, he's saying, okay, yeah, these are now independent nations. I mean, not necessarily, because they still want to be part of Russia, so they're not that independent. If Ukraine were to declare itself independent completely from NATO and Russia, there would be no Ukraine. There, a convergence of forces trying to take it over and say, no, you're not going to be independent. I mean, just complete convergence. And right down the middle, right down the river, would be, okay, this would be NATO land, and this would be Russian land. Right down the middle. Hell, I could see it happening. Right down the middle. And Kiev would be in the center right there, where all the shit goes down. A demilitarized zone. It's just, wow. So what happens if they join NATO? Well, Russia's going to invade anyway. Or Russia goes to nuclear option. What happens if Russia takes over Ukraine? The only reason that they want it, well, one is resources. So, control the water supply. But also, it would be a good front against Eastern Europe's NATO alliance here. So, I mean, you already got Belarus there, so Russia has long resisted Ukraine's move towards the European Union and the West Defensive Military Alliance, NATO. This would be irony. Fucking Brexit. So, Great Britain leaves the European Union, but Ukraine joins the European Union. Announcing Russia's invasion, he accused NATO of threatening our historic future as a nation. Dude, no. See, there he goes. Thinking Ukraine's still part of Russia. You declare independence, and this is what happens. Hell, if the South were to secede from the Union, our own United States South, there's probably going to be a president that says, well, no, there was a president. It was called Lincoln. Lincoln said, no, you're not going to legally secede from the Union. You're not going to declare independence for yourselves. And it's virtually identical reasons why Lincoln wanted to force the South to stick with the Union. Economics. Same exact reason. The only reason he also didn't want to declare emancipation a lot earlier, before his own General David Hunter did, is because he didn't want to offend the northern states that still held slaves. So, yeah, there you go. There's a little history lesson, because everybody wants to celebrate Lincoln as being so fucking great. Lincoln and Putin are virtually identical. I'm sure Putin's thrown his fair share of journalists in jail, and so is Lincoln. From today. It is now clear Russia is seeking to seize big cities and overthrow Ukraine's democratically elected government. Well, gee, that's more of an American thing to do. And we're all worried about Putin doing something that American governments do all the time. President Zelensky said he had been warned, the enemy has designated me as a target number 1. My family is target number 2. Russia's state aim is Ukraine be freed from the oppression and cleansed of the Nazis. Yeah, there are Nazis still living within Ukraine. Although, entirely subjective what the hell they define as a Nazi, but damn, you know. Under the false narrative of Ukraine run by fascists since 2014, Mr. Putin has spoken bringing to court those who have committed numerous bloody crimes against civilians. See? His long-term ambitions for Ukraine are unknown. He denies seeking to occupy Ukraine and rejected a UK accusation in January that he was plotting to install a pro-Kremlin puppet. One unconfirmed intelligence report says he aims to split the country in two. Oh, see, I fucking called it. He faces stiff resistance from a deeply hostile population, but has also shown he's prepared to bomb civilian areas to fulfill his goals. Wow, who's a fucking Nazi now? There is no immediate threat to Russia's Baltic neighbors, but NATO has bolstered the defenses just in case. Ahead of the invasion, Russia's public focus was always in areas held by Russian-backed rebels in the east, but that changed when President Putin recognized their independence. Not only did it make clear that Solomon no longer part of Ukraine, he revealed he backed their claims to far more Ukrainian territory. Their self-styled people's republics covered a little more than a third of the region's Donetsk of Luhansk, and the rebels that cover the rest too. Yeah, this. Russian-backed separatists held areas. How dangerous is an invasion for Europe? There are terrifying times for Ukraine as bombs rain down on cities. Civilians rushed to Cold War area bomb shelters. Thousands have died already while German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has dubbed Putin's war. Civilians as well as soldiers. Russia's onslaught has prompted hundreds of thousands of people to flee across Ukraine's borders. Poland, Hungary, Romania, Moldova, and Slovakia are seeing a big influx, while the EU suggests more than 7 million people could be displaced. And the pediatrics ward of this Kiev hospital was forced to shelter in basements as Russian forces attacked. Not only that, there were also birthing wards. There were stories about babies being born while being in bomb shelters. Russia's leader has even put nuclear forces on high alert, days after threatening the West with consequences the like of which you've never seen, but stands in its way. What are the nuclear risks? Such scenes are horrifying for the entire continent, witnessing a major power invading a European neighbor for the first time in decades. Recalling the Cold War, Volodymyr Zelensky spoke of Ukraine battling to avoid a new Iron Curtain, closing Russia off from the civilized world. See? Fucking called it again. He knew if Ukraine had the chance to join NATO, that was it. Iron Curtain, completely separating all supplies, the entire supply chain cut off to Russia. The only way to be able to get past is maybe fly some planes in. Maybe. But even that's, well regulated. So, again, the Russian people are the ones getting fucked over here because of their incompetent leader. And Trump wants this, and Fox News wants this, and every white supremacist wants this. Hell, I'm fucking afraid to even post with fucking Nick Fuentes. That fuck. He said some shit, and it's like, oh yeah, Putin. Let's give a round of applause for Putin. I don't play white supremacist content on my fucking channel because the fucking shit that falls out of his mouth, it makes me nervous because I don't want to be associated with that shit. No. Fuck that motherfucker. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is sitting there. I don't know what he promotes. I don't know what he says. I don't know. Please vote for me in the next election. I only shook his hand and sucked his dick. For Europe's leaders, the invasion brought some of the darkest hours since World War II. France's Emmanuel Macron has spoken of a turning point in Europe's history, while Germany's Olaf Scholz has warned that Putin wants a Russian empire. And America wants an American empire. And China wants a Chinese empire. And everybody wants a fucking empire. Now, Great Britain had a quarter of the world. Yeah, they wanted the British Empire. Hell, India. How you doing, India? How about Hong Kong? How you doing, Hong Kong? You can't do this. You can't just say, this is one bad guy. No, everybody's being a fucking bad guy here. Isn't government fun? Hell, you give government enough power and they'll come and invade your fucking country. What, 30 years ago, back when the USSR was still a thing, yeah, Ukraine was still part of Russia. The Ukrainians never thought that Russia would come in and fucking invade them. And he keeps referring back to 2014. Well, who was president back in 2014? It doesn't really matter who was president at any time because it's not the American president's job to put a stop to this shit. The only time we actually the only reason we're giving a fuck about Ukraine right now is because Ukraine wants to join NATO. That's it. If Ukraine didn't want to join NATO, you wouldn't hear about any of this. None. Zero. Zilch. You would hear about it, but then it would be like, oh, okay, you know, this is just a passing 30-second remark about what the fuck's going on over in Ukraine. And that'd be it. That'd be it. But since Ukraine wants to be part of NATO, now the whole world's going like, no, please, Putin, stop. Even though the motherfucker was standing right, I mean, Putin makes public appearances all the fucking time. Nobody bothered to talk to him and say, hey, invading Ukraine might be a bad fucking idea. And if you invade Ukraine, and then proceeds to grab Putin by the nutsack and says, and whispers in his ear, if you invade Ukraine, these are mine, bitch. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. Make Putin a little bit nervous. Putin's not nervous. Putin doesn't care. Simple. Putin doesn't give a fuck. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. Just like Trump did. And the only reason Trump couldn't do all the things that he wanted to do is because of, checks and balances and stuff. Hell, January 6th, that was the American people basically attacking the Capitol for him and his stead. That's something else I want to cover. Look at the difference between when BLM is in town and how surrounded by how the Capitol was surrounded by National Guard troops. I mean, just completely surrounded. And then you look at January 6th and there's like barely any fucking anybody there. It's like, gee. So some shit's going down. For the families of both armed forces, these are anxious days. Ukrainians have already suffered a grueling 8-year war with Russian proxies. The military has called up all reservists aged 18 to 60 years old. Yeah, they're starting to arm civilians and saying, hey, go ahead, have at it. It's just a fucking tank. Trying to think what the Russians had. It's not the M14. They had something else. Hey, Steve, how much Call of Duty have you played? What did the Russian troops have? It was like a single-fire rifle. This is not war Russia's population prepared for either, as invasion was rubber-stamped by a largely representative upper house of parliament. Thousands of anti-war protesters have been detained in a state whose main opposition leader was already behind bars. Independent Russian broadcasters Doge HD and Echo Moskvy have also been taken off the air. What can the West do? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Some solutions. NATO's offensive alliance has made clear there's no plans to send combat troops. Believe they use the AK-47 military stuff. No. I'm talking World War II. World War II era weapon. Gun. Yeah. Anti-tank rifle. Yeah, Mosin Nagant. There we go. But I figured that was more like a sniper rifle. PTRD. PTRS. Mosin. Yep, Mosin. Yeah, that's more akin to their version of the M14. Or we had like the Springfield. You know, before the M14, it was. Yep, Russian sniper rifle. SVT sniper rifle. A lot of sniper rifles. Oh my god. That's one thing Russians do best is snipe Nazis. I mean, that's how fucked up this is. We're talking Russia was the front for the front defending against the German forces. If it wasn't for the Red Army, we probably would have lost that war. NATO's offensive alliance has made clear. NATO's offensive alliance has made clear there are no plans to send combat troops to Ukraine itself. But member countries have provided weapons and field hospitals, and the EU, for the first time in its history, is to buy and send arms and other equipment. Oh, so the European Union is what's taking care of all this. Not NATO, the European Union. NATO has deployed several thousand troops in Baltic states, and Poland, for the first time, is activating part of its much larger rapid reaction force. NATO will not say where, but some could go to Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, and Slovakia. And the only reason that they're there is they're waiting for Russian forces to invade and cross over into those NATO protected lands. That's it. They don't give a single flying fuck about Ukraine. At the same time, the West is targeting Russia's economy, financial institutions, and individuals. The EU, US, UK, Japan, and Canada are coming off key ocean banks from the international SWIFT payment network, which allows a smooth and rapid transfer of money across borders. Okay, so yeah, there's the Russian people getting fucked over. The UN, UK, and Canada have shut off their airspace to Russian airlines. Okay, fucking over the Russian people again. Personal sanctions being imposed on President Putin and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov by the US, EU, and UK, while 351 Russian MPs are being targeted by the EU. See? That doesn't hurt the Russian people. Now you're going after the source. See? There's a big difference there. Germany has halted approval on Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, a major investment by Russia and European companies. Great. Fucking over the Russian people again. A major investment by both Russia and European companies. Like, okay, you invested all these billions and billions of dollars onto this fucking pipe. Oh, well, nope, 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 nope. Because Putin. Russia's state-run media Sputnik and Russia Today, seen as a Kremlin mouthpiece, are being banned across the EU. RT, Russia Today. That's about the most accurate news station you're going to find, because all the American news stations are all fucked up and full of lies. So now RT's fucked up. They're stuck in this shit. Sputnik and Russia Today, seen as a Kremlin mouthpiece, are being banned across the EU. That doesn't really help nor really hurt. It's just like, okay, cool, you're banning journalism. Okay, now what? Now we don't even know what fucking Russia Today even saying. Unless you guys will watch what fucking Russia Today is covering. I watched a live stream and all they gave a fuck about was like makeup and fucking sports. It's like, really? Really? They don't give a fuck. Russian city of St. Petersburg will no longer be able to host this year's Champions League final, and Russia's Grand Prix will not take place in Sochi. Two major events that fuck over the Russian people. Congratulations, you solved nothing. You know, one bullet would have taken care of this whole fucking problem. Now, let's do all this other shit, though. The International Paralympic Committee has banned Russian and Belarusian athletes from competing and has expelled them from games in Beijing. Putin's war prompts dramatic German U-turn. Oh my god. Oh my god. NATO members. I mean, look at this shit. It goes all the way up. Estonia. I mean, look at this shit. They're that far separated. Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria. These are NATO. Russia annexed Crimea in 2014. Make sure to tell us that. Note some U.S. troops are included in NATO figures. Additional U.S. troops are under NATO command source. What does Putin want? He has not only demanded Ukraine never join NATO, but the alliance turns the clock back to 1997 and reverses the siege for his expansion. He has complained Russia has nowhere further to retreat to. Do they think we'll just sit idly by? He wants NATO to remove its forces and military infrastructure from member states that joined the alliance from 1997 and not to deploy strike weapons near Russia's borders. This is the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. This is Cuban Missile Crisis all over again. So again, another solution, pull back the nuclear forces. That means Central Europe, Eastern Europe, and the Baltics. But this goes beyond NATO. In words of Germany's Chancellor, Russia's leader wants to take over Europe according to his worldview. According to Germany's Chancellor. So you made a deal with Russia with the pipeline, but he wants to take over Europe. Any imperialist superpower wants to take over Europe. The United States wants to take over Europe. China wants to take over Europe. Russia wants to take over Europe. Everybody wants a piece of Europe. It's like basic math. It's like, really? pot calling the kettle black there a little bit. Well, according to Putin's worldview, which, I mean, let's get a quote from Putin. Did Putin actually say, I want to take over Europe? His big thing was he wanted to take over Ukraine and then use that as a front. Well, NATO wants to do the same thing because they want to have that nuclear strike capability right there next door to Russia. Like I said, nobody here is in the right. Last year, President Putin wrote a long piece describing Russians and Ukrainians as one nation and described the collapse of the Soviet Union in December 1991 as the disintegration of historical Russia. Bitch, I don't think you were even alive back then for the USSR. How the fuck old is Putin? Like, does he even remember when USSR was around? Does he remember what the conditions were when USSR was around? Does he not remember, like, Pripyat? Does he not remember the Chernobyl nuclear thing that happened back in 1986? Does he not remember that? And that was all due to complete, woefully piss poor management. And of course, cheaping out on costs and everything. But let's be clear here. If AZ1 was pushed at any time, even if the facility was fully operational, AZ1, yeah, would have blown the reactor anyway. There was no fail-safe system. It's that simple. He has claimed the modern Ukraine was entirely created by communist Russia and now a puppet state controlled by the West. It was this pressure on Ukraine not to sign any association treaty with the EU in 2013 that sparked the protests that ousted his pro-Kremlin president. In President Putin's eyes, the West promised back in 1990 that NATO would expand not an inch to the east, but did so anyway. Naturally, with the fall of the Berlin Wall, yeah, of course it was going to come back. It's going to happen. But the West promised back in 1990 that NATO would expand not an inch to the east, but did so anyway. Well, there you go. NATO's not true to its word either. That was before the collapse of the Soviet Union, however, so the promise made to then Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev only referred to the East Germany in context of reunifying Germany. Mr. Gorbachev said later the topic of NATO expansion was never discussed at the time. What has NATO said? NATO is a defensive alliance with open door policy to new members, and its 30 member states are adamant that will not change. Ukraine's see, it's an open door policy. Hey, if you want to join NATO, we're right here. Yeah, I mean, we're literally going to use our lands to expand and go invade third world countries, but that's okay because we're NATO. Like I said, nobody's in the right here. Ukraine's president wants a clear timeline, but there's no prospect of Ukraine joining for a long time, as Germany's chancellor has made clear. There we go. Germany's sitting there speaking for Ukraine. I have no fucking idea why. The idea that any current NATO country would give up its membership is a non-starter. Yeah, why would that country? Why would any country not want to be part of NATO? We're talking huge military advantages here. Since 1997. Hey, when was Skynet? When was that supposed to happen? It was like back in August 1997. Yeah. And then everybody just goes fucking nuclear. Look at this. Got a whole wall right here. Join NATO before 1997. Join NATO since 1997. I can see Belarus wanting to join NATO, but they're not, so. Is there a diplomatic way out? There seems very little chance for the moment, even if two sides have held talks on the border with Belarus. Russia insists Kiev lays down its arms and demilitarizes, and that will not happen. Beyond the war, any eventual deal would have to cover states of eastern Ukraine, as well as arms control with the West. The U.S. has offered to start talks by eliminating short and medium-range missiles, as well as a new treaty on intercontinental ballistic missiles. Russia wanted all U.S. nuclear arms barred from beyond their national territories. Russia has been positive towards a proposed transparency mechanism of mutual checks on missile bases, 2 in Russia and 2 in Romania and Poland. So that's all they're worried about is nuclear missiles. That's it. Oh, if you want to live, lay down your arms. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because the United States, it would definitely not happen. And see, that's the thing, where we are fully comfortable in sending our own civilians, not troops, just our own civilians, to go into controlled territories, get bombed, shot, whatever, and then they just use that as an excuse to go and invade, well, essentially invade Ukraine to be able to fight off the Russian troops. That would be the United States option. Hell, we invaded Afghanistan on the actual tortured, and completely fabricated confessions of one inmate in Guantanamo Bay. One inmate. That's the American option to do. To say, well, Russia has a United States citizen and they're torturing him. Oh, time for the nuclear option. I told you I didn't want to discuss any of this shit. And I think I'm done. I got a lot covered. It's 9 o'clock. I don't really want to talk about this shit anymore, but I most likely will have to. So, what we got? In conclusion, let's summarize what the fuck's going on. Crimea is getting fucking droughted by Ukraine. And Russian troops want to go in, invade Ukraine to either force it to become part of Russia or at least let the independent nations become part of Russia, I guess. Any way you look at it, Ukraine has 0 options. 0. They join NATO, Russia invades anyway. And we're in full-fledged war. Ukraine becomes part of Russia. The Ukrainian people lose out because now they're forced to be part of a nation they didn't want to be part of anyway. Ukraine declares independence fully from both sides, doesn't want to be part of NATO, doesn't want to be part of Russia, and the shit happens anyway. They're going to fucking converge and fucking swarm Ukraine because Ukraine is a hotspot of economic activity. It's literally the gateway into Russia. So what are the options? Diplomatic talks? Well, we already covered that. That's not going to happen. The only thing I could think of is Crimea becomes part of Russia, which is going to happen anyway. I could see it happening. Crimea wants to be part of Russia. They can't, though, because of that waterway that Ukraine controls. That's fucking disgusting. 2.5 million people. And everybody's going to support Ukraine because Ukraine's the victim here. Ukraine is just in an unfortunate situation. It's the people that lose. In this war, both sides are going to lose. The Ukrainian activity, the Ukrainian, I guess you could say it's an attack on Crimea by preventing water from going there. That was not due to the Ukrainian people. That was a government thing to do. That was a government decision. That was a government action. Now Russia's just sitting there going, see, if we take over all those independent nations, then Ukraine just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. They're just completely surrounded by Russian forces. Ukraine has no way out. So that's that. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know about any major updates. I'd play you some like RT content just to show you how fucking hilarious it is. Just how much they're fucking simping for Russia. It's like, holy shit, they fucking know better to do that. But we got that covered. All right. File. There we go. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Oh, it's probably this controller. I gotta do some configurations here. Still plugged in. There we go. A little bit of technical issues. That's all right. So annoying. Why is it not capturing? There we go. All right, so where were we? Had to cheat to get through the last level because it fucked up. So my ammo is a little lacking, maybe. But we'll be able to get through this. Hey, Steve, you still with us? Okay. Let's trigger X up a little bit. Nothing there, but nothing there either. Oh, I know where I need to go. Don't need to have that running. I save us some frames here. I wanted to check, make sure I was still alive here. And that opens this. Okay, there's a platform there. God, she's so drunk. See, that does nothing. There's two switches. One there. I like doing this. Just completely changes the room and you can see it. Okay, there's the gate open. It's kind of an easy puzzle. There's an image of a man, bird, and then a fish. So I think it's got something to do with the food chain. So this one. Not that one. There's no plants that eat ox or cattle or anything. Oh wait, there, yeah, there is. Briars. Yeah. Briars eat sheep all the time. There's even a video about it. Oops. Good. And there it is. What the fuck is that? That's a big ass fucking bee. Okay, yep. Fuck this. Run, Laura! Fuckers. They won't attack me up here? They actually won't attack me up here. Shit. Okay. Well, that ain't gonna work. Uh-oh. Hmm. Missing something? Oh, I am. Alright. Yep, there they come. But in this case, they can actually be quite beneficial. I don't think I'm supposed to go that way. All right. Yeah, I see it. There's an invisible platform right here. Okay, maybe not. There's something here. I know there is. There it is. See? Catch me, bitch. Ah! 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 That's what makes them annoying. Fucking dies and pushes me off the edge anyway. Fucking cuck. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Oh. I thought I could just make a run for it. Nope. You gotta do this. Do this. Oh, you fucking cuck. That's not enough. So, yeah, you have to make a running jump. Okay. I'm gonna fucking go for it. Oh! Oh, fuck. Shoot him! Oh my god. Oh my god. They won't fucking stop. Okay, that's a little fucked up. Alright, what do I got? Fucking military power here. There. They won't stop. Oh, come on, Laura. I'm gonna fall. Oh my God. I just can't do this. It's impossible. It can't be done. There, problem solved. Come on. It just keeps scooting her off on the... Shoot him! Oh my God. I'm out of here. Fuck this. That's why I saved. Come on, come on, go, go, go. I gotta hunt for the block now. Nothing. Oh my God. Okay. Fucking die. Worst enemies in gaming. Oh, well, they won't fuck with me if I'm up here. I am fucking out of here. Kiss my ass, suck my dick. I'm fucking done with you pieces of shit. What's over here? What's this? Listen to these angry motherfuckers. Okay. Oh my God, are they still following me? Move! And we gotta use another health pack. How much ammo do I have? 516, that's not too bad. How much ammo did I get out of this? It's not too bad. We got more bees along the way. More fun! Yay! I like fun. Nasty motherfuckers. Oh, I see. It's a block up there. Alright. So do I reveal the surprise now or later? Here we are. We got to get rid of this. Now, I could do all the trials now, or I do them later. Because the trial's the easy part. But I gotta get this gate open. So I have to go down this way. This is the fun room. I should have enough. I'll just make them come out one at a time. See, I don't know which one. Oh, fuck. That fucking thing hit me. There we go. Okay, so that does that, and then I gotta go up here. Okay, now I see what's going on here. At least I think I do. Ah, that block. Actually. So I don't need to be up here. Here we are. Okay. Oh, that's the secret. Come on. That's not it. The gate's still not open. Okay. Okay. I was just waiting for that. Oops. Oh. Ooh. Just going around pulling switches here. Not too sure which one pulls what. Okay. That sounded healthy. See, I gotta get down there. And I don't know how to do it. Can't do anything with that one yet. Okay, here we go. And we'll do this a safe way. Okay, I'm down here. Not everybody start attacking at once. That's called a dickhead move. I did nothing. Ooh. Ooh. I think I pulled all the switches. Yeah, I was down, down, down. Oh, there's one in there. Let's see, I don't know. That apparently did nothing. It's still down. Is there a switch over here? I probably got to pull that switch again. Uh-oh. There we go. one switch I needed to pull. It's just for that one platform there. Oh, monkey bars. Of course. Mm. And that's why I saved. There's no way. Could I? Uh. Just jump to your death. There you go. Sorry, Laura, you gotta do that just perfectly. That ain't gonna work. I finally get the door. There's the door open. There we go. Now we can get the fuck out of here. I have no idea what this platform's for. Oh, I know what this platform's for. It's for this. All right. All right. Get the key. Now, we make our way for the exit. How? Oh my God. Ah! Okay. All right. Oh, but you still have to do this. Don't forget that. This thing literally won't work without that key. All right. So we got earth back there. Wind. Water. And fire. Which do we go to first? Oh, I like the wind one. This one's the easiest one. Least amount of dangers here. Maybe I gotta push it in. gonna play again. Ooh. Checking every hallway. Make sure nothing's on the ground that I can pick up. All right, let's go. So there's nothing this way. Okay, so that's where that goes. Oh, look at that. Health pack. Ooh. Hang on. I gotta do something. Sorry, tried muting it as quickly as possible.
Rose! Jack! Rose, I'm in here! Jack! I'm in here! Jack! Rose! Jack! Jack! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! We need help! Hello! Damn it! Can anybody hear me? Please! Hello! Hello! Oh, thank God! Wait, please, I need your help. There's a man back here and wait! Hello!
Oh my god, worth it. There we go. It's Titanic. And she's looking for Jack. Doink. Doink. Press for. Okay. I'll press forward. What? Oh my god. All right, we're out of here. Okay. So that's that. Uh-oh. Nothing there. Oh. There we go. All right. Let's go to the next one. So that one's done. This one's just kind of like Epilepsy City. So, well, because we're cheating, we might as well just go down this way. Ow. Oh, and if you're curious to see what the hell this thing does, well, let me show you. Yeah. Not good. Now, there is a cheat. At the beginning of the level. That if you exploit, we'll turn that thing off. It won't even activate. Huh. Okay. All right. Watch me fuck this up. Yep, I fucked it up. Yep. Okay. So that one, and then the one across from it. Okay. Yeah, fuck you. Ah! I'm gonna get that fucking health back. Uh-oh, that ain't gonna work. That didn't work. But that did. Think I can make that? I ain't gonna work. Oh yeah, and it thinks I'm fucking stupid and just gonna jump right into the middle of this room. Oh, bull fuck. Ah. Oh, that's gotta fucking suck. There. Alright. Earthquake City. Alright. Okay. That's just one freaky sound. Okay. You guys ready? Okay. Gotta take it one step at a time. Well, that didn't work. We'll be done here in a second. Don't worry. Oh, oh my God. Oh. Is it over? Oh. This game makes sure to give you plenty of ammo for the final boss here. Okay. One more. The waterworks. Can I pick my head up? All right. There we go. No guesswork here. All right. Tell you what. Cliffhanger ending. Why cliffhanger? Well, I'm going to need time to be able to get this level and the next level finished, and I want to be able to have an hour to do that. I don't want to just be like, oh, well, we're going to play for about half an hour on the last level. I don't want to do that. I don't know how much longer it's going to take me to get through all this. So, with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Do all those hoops YouTube wants you to jump through. Hopefully this war will end, like, with the least amount of bloodshed. The no bloodshed would be nice, but you know how war is. So I will see you guys